Welcome back for the latest edition of NC Sports Weekly News. And it has been another packed week on the water with top events lining up from all around the globe. Stamm and LeCam fly their flag at Cape Horn as the French duo continues its impressive lead at the Barcelona World Race. Thrilling finale in Auckland for Leg 4 of the Volvo Ocean Race. And now, se habla Espanol. Xabi Fernandez and the MAPFRE crew take the win before Abu Dhabi and Dongfeng. Senior Correspondent Sebastien Destremau reports. The World Surf League unrolled the red carpet for its annual awards ceremony on Australia's Gold Coast, and the 2015 season is now full on. The entire nautical world mourns professional windsurfer Alberto Menegatti. The great Italian talent will never be forgotten. The divorce of the year at the America's Cup. Dean Barker leaves Emirates Team New Zealand. Happening now, Miami Sailing Week kicks off the season in the USA, and Nautical Channel is on site. NC Sports plunge into the action.
This flag has been autographed by the employees of Cheminée Pujolat. We can't see it, but Cape Horn is right behind us. And well, it wasn't easy for us, huh?
Well, it's Tuesday the 24th of February. Tomorrow will be 8 weeks since we started the race, and we haven't seen any land for the past 6 weeks.
6 weeks we don't see land, yes. Well, there are quite a few employees, and couldn't bring them along. So we're taking back some salt and water from the Horn, especially for them.
In what has become a true rite of passage for the round-the-globe regattas, the teams of the Barcelona World Race have been celebrating one by one the crossing of the infamous Cape Horn. Steadily ahead of the pack across the three oceans, a veteran duo Bernard Stamm and Jean LeCam en Cheminée Pujolat do make it look easy while cruising northbound towards the finish line. Once again in Atlantic waters, and soon nearing the equator, their already impressive 900 nautical mile lead continues to hold. And with just 4,000 more to go, if all ends well, they'll very likely be back in the Spanish city as winners of this double-handed non-stop event. Hampered respectively by repair stops and the evident experience gap, teams Neutrogena and Guys also crossed the Horn late last week and now remain on the chase. With few hopes of catching the French leaders, second and third places now also seem to be already decided. Stamm and LeCam now still have to keep up the pressure, however, and even be somewhat conservative to avoid any unwanted last-minute surprises. The rest of the fleet lies eons behind, with We Are Water, One Ocean, One Planet Pharmaton, Renault Capture, and Spirit of Hungary, all expected to cross the legendary strait this week.
Spanish entry MAPFRE emerges victorious in Auckland following one of the tightest finishes in the Volvo Ocean Race history. Stand-in skipper Xabi Fernandez could not have chosen a better stage to guide his crew to victory with just 4 minutes 25 seconds to spare from Walker's men.
Well, as you can imagine, very happy, me and the whole team. It's a very good place to win a leg, because you can see how the whole city lives the sailing.
MAPFRE had their fair share of issues during that leg and looked the most unlikely winner. The Spaniards lost full communications and weather data reception for 3 days and suffered a major injury problem on board when under 30 years old crew member Guillermo Altadir badly hurt his hand.
I'm super happy. It's been a very tough leg, but again, happy and enjoying it.
Despite the setbacks, the Spanish team takes the lead along the New Zealand coastline and manages a narrow victory over Abu Dhabi. Ian Walker has the consolation of becoming overall leaders thanks to a better import race series record than Dongfeng race team.
It's been such a tense few days, and Dongfeng were just gaining on us, gaining on us, gaining on us. I've never spent so much time staring at a computer screen, sort of hoping that a number would increase and not decrease.
Walker narrowly staved off third-place Dongfeng race team by less than 4 minutes.
Yeah. A bit of frustration after what we did and leading the fleet during the last days before the last 24 hours.
Auckland is known as the city of sails, and the locals are out in their tens of thousands both on and off the water.
Today coming in, it feels great, and we know that this place loves the Volvo Ocean Race, and we're looking forward to spending 2 weeks there.
The World Surf League, who I want to thank a lot for coming in and for really giving us so much opportunity, so much love, and so much, that I feel that they have a vision for us, and they're really excited to see us excel, and so they want to support that.
All eyes were, of course, on the now 5-time world champion and local superstar Stephanie Gilmore, as 2014 nominees and winners were honored at the recent World Surf League Awards in Coolangatta on Australia's Gold Coast. The red carpet event followed a year of unprecedented global successes for surfing, and with the pro circuit now seriously poised to become a real mainstream sport. Also celebrating a historic first victory for Brazil in what has been described as a revolution in the surfing world order, an emotional Gabriel Medina came to the event with his closest family and gave credit where due.
To be competing, to be fighting for the title against him was an honor. I would never imagine this moment. And last year I had this moment and I have the chance, and that was really insane. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in my memory forever, and I get inspired by you outside the water and inside the water. So thank you so much for inspiring me.
Awards were also handed out to runners-up Meg Fanning, a champion of 2013, and Tyler Wright, while additional recognitions were given to breakthrough performers as well as for Heat, Move, and Wave of the Year. The ceremony carried plenty of high notes, including some hilarious pundits delivered by veteran Kelly Slater and rising star John Forrest. Portugal's Vasco Ribeiro and Mahina Maeda from Hawaii couldn't miss their moment as best the juniors of 2014. And Aussies Hurley Ingleby and Chelsea Williams were also in the Coolangatta spotlight, picking up their respective longboard world title trophies. As this edition goes to air, both men and women athletes are currently facing off in the early rounds of the first Championship Tour event of the season at the legendary Snapper Rocks Beach on the Gold Coast for the Quicksilver and Roxy Pros. 2015 promises to be yet another great year for professional surfing, so stay tuned for the full story and for complete results in the next weekly news. The professional windsurfing community has tragically lost one of its top heroes. 2013 PWA Vice Champion Alberto Menegatti passed away in his sleep due to natural causes at the age of 30 while on a training session in Tenerife last week. The young Italian promise had become one of the main players on the PWA circuit and began his career at the age of 13 in his hometown's Circolo Surf Torbole on Lake Garda. Demonstrating great talent since early on, at 15 he moved on to the Olympic classes, clinching several junior and national championships. Menegatti joined the PWA Tour back in 2003 when he won both the Youth World and European titles, and had built a reputation on hard work and relentless dedication to the sport. Alberto was a popular figure on the pro circuit, and though struggling with injuries last year, he had been identified as a potential successor to the slalom world title in the years to come. The loss has been huge for both of the sailing and surfing communities, and the entire Nautical Channel team extends its most heartfelt condolences to his family, friends, and colleagues. He will never be forgotten. As most America's Cup stories go, rumors on Dean Barker's departure from Emirates Team New Zealand unfolded over the last 2 weeks in a quagmire of unconfirmed reports and dockside leaks. The Kiwi skipper and sailing director himself got the news through the unforgiving reports of the local media and immediately unbridled his lawyers, demanding explanations from team boss Grant Dalton. On the wrong side of the greatest comeback in sports history, relations between the two had reportedly been under considerable strain following the San Francisco debacle last year and the loss against the Americans of Volvo Racing. As ETNZ confirmed the new crew makeup for 2017 in Bermuda, which includes young guns Glenn Ashby and Peter Burling on helm, the 42-year-old Barker was offered a secondary role as performance director, which he promptly rebuffed, noting that he is absolutely gutted with the treatment received by Team New Zealand management. With 20 years' experience in the circuit, Barker is now a potential wildcard on the America's Cup skippers market, and in spite of national pride, will likely favor an onboard role on any other AC35 team. Gossip on a possible migration to Luna Rossa Challenge has also been confirmed as just that, gossip. Former sailing coach Rod Davis, an American and another Kiwi pillar, already left the syndicate and has now joined the Swedish challengers of Artemis Racing. A spring classic on the international circuit, Miami Sailing Week officially began proceedings last Sunday and will culminate this weekend when the new 2015 champions will be decided for the Star, Melges 20 and 24, J70, Viper 640, VX1, and M32 catamaran classes. Attracting over 200 sailors each year from some 23 countries, the event traces its roots back to the 1920s, when it was first held back in Cuba as the Bacardi Cup until the 1962 revolution. The tradition lives on today, and like last year, Nautical Channel is once again proud to be a prime media partner of this spectacular event. Sailing greats the likes of Paul Caillard, Lars Grau, Bruno Prada, and Taylor Canfield, among many others, are already on the water on Biscayne Bay. The program includes multi-class racing and a number of onshore cultural and social events, including art exhibits, parties, and of course, daily stops for happy hour. There's always more on Nautical Channel. Join the current. This is Saturday at 5 p.m. Catch the premiere of NC Sports Top Story with complete coverage of Sydney Gavinier's victory at the Sailing Arabia Tour, just in from the Persian Gulf. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.